Okay, I'm live now, so let me see if it popped up on this one. It's supposed to pop up on all of them. It's kind of weird. I'm not seeing it. It's
On
not.
the which one?
Hold on. It's supposed to be on the all. Okay, there it is. It's on It's on KKRL News. Okay, there it is. It's on Let me bring on. It's on KKRL News. Let me bring. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's under that one.
I see it. I see it. You have 20 people.
Right. So now I'm gonna put the link for the invitation on there, and then I'm gonna let me put the link here, and you should see the link coming on the comments. When you see it come on the comments, okay, you should just click on it. Hold on, did you? Well, you'll see the link coming. Okay, you see the links pop up?
The link can come up here.
No, look at the.
Yes, I see the link.
Okay, if you click on it, then you can accept it, and then I'm gonna bring you on. Hello, my friends. This is just a 20-minute good, happy evening, day, whatever, Christmas after day note that I'm gonna do just before I go to work. I'm about to go to work, and I have a friend of mine. It's a surprise guest. Don't judge. It's gonna be a surprise guest. She's gonna come on. We're gonna talk for a little bit. It's all gonna be positive. So don't prejudge. Just wait for the guest. So did you see? So when you click on it, yeah, you click on the link, so it should take you into the and then I can click on invite you in. Did you see the link? Follow the instruction. When you click on it, should be able to tell you.
Okay, it's loading up.
Yeah, so then it should pop up on my side, and then I can
It
add
says
you,
entering the studio.
right?
It's loading.
So then you will pop up somewhere. It will show me you are up, and then I'll put you in there. So whilst you're doing that, when you
Hold on. To use someone on this device, visit the page in the Chrome mobile browser. Click here.
Yep, follow the instructions. Goodbye, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a very positive day. I want to just address a few things, and we're gonna move on from there. We're gonna take this thing very serious because I was very saddened over the weekend. But it's not positive. No talking, no crazy. I have a friend to bring on. Don't judge. When people can just listen to the nice little conversation because I got to go to work. I haven't seen you pop up, my friend. What's going on there? Oh, okay. You're very smart. You can do that. But good morning, everyone. I have a nice friend on Facebook. She's my friend. You all may have different opinions of her, but I'm just going to bring her on. And it's not going to be about really politics. We're just going to have a little chat to appreciate and love each other in St. Lucia because, the Christmas, they had so much nonsense gossip. And I myself, I want to apologize even before we start. I want to apologize because they drew me in. I should have just ignored what was going on, but I decided to jump in and go with my crazy. At the back of your mind, when you're ferocious already, it's easy to come back. Look, look, look. So I almost got back in that Roro thing, and I felt bad for it. I deleted all the negative things I said. I deleted the posts because I was really upset. But I want to say this year, if I ever come back, it's gonna be positive. It's gonna be good for the people of St. Lucia because we all are St. Lucians. We all are connected. Oh, here we go. Something pop up. There you go. My friend is coming up now. I don't know. Don't be surprised. Here she goes. Here's my friend. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is my friend. This is my friend. Whether you like her or not, is my friend. Are we not gonna? I just wanted to have a very, very nice Christmas. I wanted to have a nice New Year, a happy Christmas. A lot of us go through a lot of stuff in St. Lucia, all over the world. But why you disappear, my friends? Stay there. A lot of people go through a lot of hard time. I wanted the world and my friends to wish a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I think always nice. I always keep in touch with her, make it make her feel happy. Because life is tough, and it's enough of the fighting and the craziness. So we all have different political views, but we all are solutions. I will not here to talk politics. I just want to appreciate my friend, and I give her the platform. And I already told her she's a lovely lady, no politics, and work on the good things she always does. So I'll just give opportunity to say something to you. And everybody, I love you all. Whatever you think, that's your business. But that's my. So my friend, what you want to say to the viewing audience of St. Lucia?
First, I want to say peace and love, and of course, to wish everybody, wherever you are, wishing everybody love, light, prosperity, and all the good things that, we want to invoke for not just 2024, but as we endure the rest of 2023, because it was indeed a very tough battle for us all in some way, So I'm sending out waves of love. And of course, before we go further deeper into the interview, of course, I have to acknowledge, and you gave me such a wonderful introduction. St. Lucia, if it's one thing I must say, Mr. KKK, in spite of politics, and I'm not a politician, I'm a humanitarian, and we sometimes...
Not 3 Ks, that's Ku Klux Klan. It's KK.
I'm sorry, Mr. KK. Mr. KKR. So I know, sometimes we tend to disagree, but we always get to this good place. And with that said, I want to first of all thank you so much for coming on board with the Aristocrats in terms of the charity component and your commitment in what it is that you and your wife, of course, have, signed up to do. Later on, of course, we will talk about it, but it's amazing to know that people can put political differences, religious differences aside and appreciate when there is something good. And if they can appreciate something good and they can invest in something good the way that you and your wife has invested in us, it is something that we really should applaud. And of course, St. Lucia, we applaud you for that.
You're always welcome. You're my friend. You always be my friend. And I don't judge people because I do love myself. People go through stuff in life. And instead of judging people, we need to encourage people. Make people.
Indeed.
We're in a small country. And I know you may not be on my political side, but I have to be a little bit of my nice friend. Just one thing I always say. The education part, whether it's Shasta or Philip, anyone who encourages education will be able to make people make their own decision.
Correct. And that is all what it is. It's about ensuring that the people...
So that's education is key to make people think. And let me say something. Maybe it might not go well with everybody, but some people want to judge this guy or judge this lady. They want to diagnose this person. But here's the thing: if you all are so smart that you want to diagnose somebody, you all should be smart enough to know if your diagnosis is correct. You all should understand the person needs the love, not the bash the person. So this is something solutions need to understand. Education is key.
Well, with that said, to respond to that, it's very easier said than done sometimes, especially when you have the ones who are so-called educated and versed, whether it is with the book smarts or the street smarts, and they tend to play on the ignorance of the people on both sides of the coin. So I think right now it's fair to say that it's not about the political affiliations. It's more a case where people are trying to identify with the right people in terms of getting themselves out of the sufferation. We are suffering. And this is not about pointing fingers. It's about accepting accountability across the board to know that I've faltered. To know that, okay, I have failed in some regard, and it's okay to accept when you're wrong, but then it's how you correct it and to prevent it and to show the people that this is something that we've accepted, we've faltered, but we move forward so it doesn't happen again. That is where it is. Because we can do the pinpointing on both sides and it's going on and it's gotten very nasty to the point it's personal. And it's gone to a level that our people are not accustomed to, which is confusing the masses even more. Because as much as, yes, we need the people who are so-called educated, we also realize our people identified on our cultural aspect of things.
True.
So if we can get them to identify and we can get the mudslinging, why are we not educating them in terms of their rights on that same platform using the Constitution so that they know what their rights are as a people, so they are guided better when they go
It's a
back to
small
whether it's
country.
the polls and making better decisions.
That's true, and that's why I believe I think you have an echo. Even if you have an issue and the government or anybody is not telling you how to deal with it, but if you are educated, you know the different channels to go to and do your thing. That's why it gets all the way back to education. No matter if you listen to Shasnai or Philip, you can listen to whatever you want to listen.
Okay, so is it fair to ask a question? I want to ask a question here. That my situation ties into the fact that my hair and the fact that I'm Rastafarian and the notion that has been painted by Rastafarian and so-called dreadlocks carrier who use their hair to do all sorts of things has painted me in a bad light as an educated woman, and they've insulted my intelligence on many levels. So how now? Because let's be fair, I have been going through this injustice for quite some time. I have gone through every single legal avenue that has been presented, and I'm not pinpointing the current corporate St. Lucia under SLP. It is stated that there are jurisdictions and everything of handling the matters of the law and places to go. I've gone through all. And I've gone through all to people who are holding positions who are, because of those positions, are supposed to be transparent when it comes to, cases that are put forth in front of them. And I'm still being done wrong. I get criticized by the fact of I'm being Rastafarian. I get criticized of the fact because who my family is and the ties in this town. Nobody has operated transparent. And hold on, we going across the board here, not just politically, but with the religious system as well. And it does tie into the system on the whole in this country.
I will let you continue, but what I want to let you know, I also want to let you know, there's something called, there's a system, right? There's a system from the bottom to the top, right? So here's what happens sometimes. The leaders cannot go and micromanage. Even I told you in the past, it may not have been him directly. Maybe his subordinates did not do what they're supposed to do. So
correct.
There's a lot of things that we have to look into how people cannot, the leaders cannot micromanage. And also, we have to take responsibility sometimes. When we go on the open air and say certain things, that's the way system works. People are gonna be
but right now I'm going to interject here, Mr. KKR, because what you're saying there, basically things are being done when it's suited for certain people and certain individuals, because certain individuals can go on a platform and make all kind of derogatory statements, make all sorts of accusations, not be held accountable, but then somebody can come out and speak the truth and get held accountable and then gets tossed aside. So we have to, let's be clear with what it is there. We can't be contradicting themselves. And let me tell you, if we're going to go this route, at 18 seconds into the CCJ ascension, where our current corporate St. Lucia, under the governance of the St. Lucia Labour Party, is stating that they're going to pull away from the Privy Council to go into where our people can get fair and unbiased resolutions, yet still at 18 seconds, this is the face, and every single thing they said they were not going to do, they've done it to the Rasta woman.
All right, my friend. So listen to what I'm trying to tell you. And that's all based on education. So you made a statement. I cannot say that statement is correct or incorrect. But if everybody's educated, they will get your things. But as I said to you, that echo is so bad. But when you go out there and make statements. Even me, anybody. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? There are norms. In reality, there are norms. So if they see you go out of the norm to just go and say something, people may like get this negativity. Will not want to
Because you know what? Our people have been taught and conditioned now to thrive on negativity. And the fact is, we call ourselves a nation where a lot of people like to quote the Bible, they like to believe in God. But if you're not first of all, you have to be at one with yourself and with the spirit. And if you're at one with yourself in the spirit and you can resonate what the Almighty Father says, and if they like to quote, then vibrate into a higher level, which is always what I do, should come easy. Of course, they've asked me to hush. They've asked me to hush, and they've tried to make me hush. But guess what? You want me, if I have to continuously hush, it means that what is the purpose of fighting for the rights of the people? It's basically trying to use me to pull another wool over the people's eyes, because the wool that they've pulled for so long is no longer working.
Okay.
And you yourself realize that, Mr. KKR.
Well, we have different ideology. But I'm just saying to you, there are ways, avenues to do things. Even me, myself, there are certain things I'm a little bit more outgoing, and people may not want to accept it. But you have to understand there's a system. That's how the bureaucracy works. You cannot come on Facebook, and I cannot come on Facebook. We can say and let people listen to us, but the system is not going to embrace the outspokenness. It doesn't really help. You have to be more.
Well, guess what? It's high time that we have to accept that we're dealing with a system based on hypocrisy. And that's exactly what we're dealing with, hypocrisy.
But listen,
I'm going to say this to you, that my setback right now is not a case that they don't see the victory, because of course then it is again, if you go to a case into trial where you've been told that you're hallucinating because of what exactly happened, to pinpoint everything to the fact that the evidence was not submitted, you pointed out single-handedly where the so-called system failed in terms of getting the justice. What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do when you have your very own judges in the system who are also trying to do the right thing and get conveniently shifted to other jurisdictions within the OECS because of the fact we said, I agreed, but you know exactly where I'm coming from. Now, you see, we bury our heads in the sand as people for too long. And slowly but surely, the people are starting to. People are not stupid anymore,
Let me ask you a question. And St. Lucia, me part of it, we tend to want to win instead of resolve.
Which is why we have the mess in this place right now.
All on Facebook this weekend is a fight. I want to win. I don't want to win. And I realize it's not gonna. Everybody wants to win, but we need to resolve. So if you come, I'm not saying that's what to do, but if you want to go on social media and bash the government, or bash this one,
I don't have to do that because they've done it to their own selves. With the lack of you are overseas, but you're not privy to any different information that the people and I in St. Lucia are privy to, of the fact that the people are suffering. The cost of living has gone up. The salaries have not gone up. The avenues in terms of elevation for our people have not gone up. And with that said, we have not been getting aid. Why have we not been getting aid? Do you really think that the bigger countries are not looking at how we operate?
Hold on. I don't want to go too deep into politics, but when you say we are not getting it, is it the individual?
No, we're talking as a collective, as a people in this place.
Are you talking about the government or person?
We say we because guess what? Corporate St. Lucia falls part of the people because therefore it's a domino effect. Mr. KKR. It's a
No,
domino
I
effect.
was just asking you if you're referring to that when they go overseas.
We are all suffering.
Right. I mean, if you don't get
Even if, and guess what? The ones who have created this facade and people still look up to with high regard have no choice but to keep the same energy, which is still pulling the wool over the people's eyes, giving a false notion that, because he has, they have to maintain in order to continue to pull the wool over people's eyes. But I
Okay,
will
but
say
this is
this to you, the choice here of some things now, if you trying to get something out, why are they not, what is the purpose of having legislations? What is the purpose of having, councils if nothing is done?
okay, number one. That's where it goes back to education. Let people understand. There is a backlog in a lot of cases on the island.
Whose fault? It's not the people's fault, it's their fault.
Well, you cannot say it's their fault. But with solution, everything needs money. And solution does not have no
Okay, un momento, por favor, papi. Let me tell you, if you're talking about money, do you know that there are a lot of people who don't know that there is free legal aid if they have to go to court? And the few who have actually gone to request assistance in terms of the legal aid in that office place there on Grizzle Street has gotten poor results.
Okay, let me educate you on that. Everywhere around the world, a public defender is not going, he ain't getting paid much. The paycheck is.
Yeah, but your heart is, so then we tie in back again into the heart and being at one. If you are doing and you're taking an oath to live and abide by the Almighty to do what is right, the money component should not be the main factor, because the blessings from the Almighty come at the right time and in its own form. So which means they ain't doing it for the heart. So if it's not being done genuinely, it can never work.
Again, we're talking about the bureaucracy, the system, human beings. A public defender, they usually start like their career. They don't get big jobs like they build a career on fees. Like if they help defend somebody, when people get to know them. And that's how they grow. And then they start making big money. Their job is just, they just want to give you a public defender to make you feel good. But rich people, they get their own lawyers to defend them. So Philip Jeffries is like you or Shasté. These guys, they have money. They pay for big attorneys. But they themselves, they have to go the same system as you. If they don't have the money. But we don't want to go and nitpicking.
Yes, so while we don't have to go into the nitty-gritties, but like you rightfully said, education. Educate the people on the Constitution so they know what their rights are. And that goes for both sides of the coin, and both sides of the coin have faltered on that.
Very good.
They have not educated our people on the Constitution.
Very good point, but this is how it works. The majority of the people may not even have a high school diploma. So first,
whose fault?
Hold on, let me explain. The system is part of it. And that's why I keep on telling you, I applaud for the JP, whatever he's doing now. But the fact that he's sending someone, I don't know if you're aware of the amount of scholarship they have given. You got to start from the high school, the colleges, send those people, and then somebody may come out and teach people about the legislation, all those stuff. But
okay, so let me interject and let me ask you a question, Mr. KKR. I have one question. We're talking about education here. I want to put it forth. So I want to know, why is it that Mr. What's his face, Philip J. Pierre, under the St. Lucia Labour Party, corporate St. Lucia, has not in any way, when he made the statement indicating that if anybody who is currently in his administration has done wrong, that they will be penalized. I have a question, so educate me here. Why is it I can't get my justice? And
Okay.
Mr. KKR, I can challenge you enough to know that you can ask that question in the right circle and get the answer. And we can come back live and you can give me that answer. That's the question and the education a lot of people need to know.
Let me answer you. Let me answer you. You see, here's the thing. You're very nice. When we talk on the phone, you're very nice. Let's don't fight on Facebook. So, listen.
We're not. It is constructive argument.
Listen.
And then I have to, but with that education here, because he was the one who came publicly and said it. So right now, they're to us to be educated on why I can't get the justice, yet still have me on your CCJ ascension.
Okay. You ready? Hey.
But you know what? Let's not, we can't, let's not do the politics, because we like to, you know, we like the drama.
It's not politics. It is simple education.
It is. And this right here is a way for the people.
I always go for the underdog. And I myself, I don't know you. I've seen people write stuff about you, and I always say to myself, the people, if they are so educated to diagnose you, they should know that if somebody is not right, you cannot compound the problem.
Well, guess what? At the end of the day, you know, you have to understand why they will constantly do this, because let's be fair. After all what they've put me through, they look worse than I do. So it's a case where they want to understand. Do you know what somebody asked me? In a very high-ranking position politically, how did you survive? Because we're dealing with the lodge, we're dealing with all the little secret societies, and we're dealing with a lot of people who did not know, but we're dealing with it, and we're dealing with a lot of people who clearly thought I was some little wash your foot and come Rasta girl by the wayside. No, but KKKR, we have to deal with it. You open the topic, you know.
No, but I'm just saying, education, you don't want to win, you want
but we educating them, and I'm asking to be educated on why is it that Philip J. Pierre has not touched what he had to touch when he knows, if he knows or doesn't know, he made the statement.
Again,
and I have gone through every possible option with the law legally, and yet still I get treated like crap. No, we want, but that's education. We want to know. There are people that want to know, because right now it's holding up a lot of vibe, and it's holding it up for me to make prosperity for myself and my family, you know, Mr. KKK.
I understand your frustration, but that's what I'm saying.
Frustration?
I was saying to you that people may say things about you if they really believe that you're not right in the head or whatever. They should not be bashing you. They should try to embrace you and try to help you. If that's the case. Now, in terms of
let me tell you, you know what the problem is there right now, Mr. KK? They can't say I crazy, because at the end of the day, I proved them on many levels. They just accept at the fact the boss lady looks well while she proved it. And the fact is the egos, we're dealing with egos, and we're dealing with a lot of people who cannot step in and say that they did it for me and I did it by myself. The only support that I had through this journey were from very few, you know. Very few. Of course. So guess what? I really never gave a rat's beep about what people felt, because I know who I am. And the ones who fed the talk, who knew who I was, fed it to people who did not know who I was. And that's where it just goes to prove who they are. Because you shouldn't have to lie on somebody to send up yourself. Mr. KKK, I being a little sarcastic and I laughing because you know exactly what I'm saying.
Check me. Here's the thing. I would say resolution, because we all think we are right. We have feelings.
Mr. KKKR is not a matter of we all know we're right. It's about manners and respect and giving due what is due, which is the fact the truth is spoken. And it is okay that if they have faltered. So why they want to pay me what they owe? Why they want to take my money? No, hold on. They can take my work, put it out there like their own, discredit me and say it's their work. And when I have the proof and the facts to support, they say that I'm crazy. Let me tell you something. People are their own demise.
Okay, so let me say
and that is what's happening right now. And they're crumbling.
You know, this is, you see,
okay, why don't you propose? You propose the peace. You are a man of an influence that can propose for them to come and say, Evita, we did you wrong. Let us prove to the people on many different levels what we say we can do.
Evita, listen to me. Here's how things work. Whether I like it or you like it, the way life works, there's everybody thinks they're right, no matter what. The only way you can make a distinction or make a conclusion, sometimes one party will not like it, right? You go to court, and the court, you are telling me something right now. I don't have proof of it, even though I believe you. I don't have proof. You have to go to court. If you have a case, you take the people to court. And the judge, and maybe because of the backlog, it might take a long time. But the judge will say, hey,
people are not here to pay. You are being paid to do a public service for the people. I don't care about your backlog. The backlog there is not supposed to be a reason. But you know how many people that are sitting inside a prison right now that are innocent, and because of this so-called backlog and because of the so-called officers who don't submit all the evidence, mouths full with lies, accepting bribes, and people can't get justice. What you telling me? So we cannot even have this discussion because the system is so corrupt. It does not even allow for anything to happen.
We all want to win, right? But life doesn't work like that. There's a system, and even though you feel
a crumbling system,
it could be. But
it is crumbling. Okay, it is crumbling.
Even I love you. I love you.
Your smile on your face confirms, and I know you. One thing, y'all know how to plead that Fifth Amendment. Plead it, my brother.
But Evita, listen to me.
Hey, you're making me look fat in that video there. Let me fix myself.
You're pretty good. You're pretty good. But you see, I like you when you're happy and laughing.
I am. You know, I am.
Joy is good for you, for everybody.
I am.
That's why I cannot stay away from this political thing because it makes you mad. People say things, they cannot tell you things, you can't tell them anything. It's better. And that's what I brought you today, and I told you to carry up Christmas. But you want to talk about stuff.
You. But you know, at the end of the day, I will say this much, right? In spite of what the journey and the hardships I've faced, the togetherness that I have with my little family and the little support that I got from people who didn't even know me, and for the one few who stuck by me saying, Evita, I know what they did to you. Fear makes people react in different ways. So I've always kept the mindset of I understood all sides of the coin. I understand all sides, and you know, I can still smile.
Now I start reading all Derek Walker's. I like educational stuff. I don't think you hooked me up about that.
The muse.
But Vita, I'm just gonna say, whether you like it or not, St. Lucia, America, everywhere. There is a system. And no matter, like me, I will never try to fight neither the labor system nor the UWP system, because you cannot win.
How can somebody fight in a system when they put their system and you come into them using the same method that they use and they're angry? But it's they that create it. They created the avenues of where you go for justice, and I use their avenues. So why they vex? So what we talking about here?
Listen to me. I've never heard, I'm not saying people don't say things. I've never heard anyone say, except one guy came on Facebook and said something about you, but I'm no politician call me. I never see no politician on Facebook talking about you.
But they can't.
But listen,
they can't. And if they could, they would have already. Okay. So we already know KKKR.
The system doesn't work like that.
Well, guess what? Mr. KKR, I think today my presence, in addition to spreading the love, joy, and peace, was another diplomatic way of getting a message across. So we're gonna do it this way, and of course we come in love and peace. We come in love and peace. You know what I mean? And guess what? They just got, do what you have to do. Show the people, let them show that there is a chance of redemption, Here is a chance of redemption for a lot of people to come right now, to show the people who that they've invested in, to show that you cannot be coming in, taking an oath, and the people are blatantly seeing it. But it's fear, a combination of things. But right now, they can't pull the wool over people's eyes. But you know what?
Listen to me. We have to look at the majority, not just me and you. What I'm telling you, government's job is to provide education, safety and security, proper infrastructure,
of course,
and medical. We as a people, like if you need help, I can support you, or this one can support you. We as a community, that's our job. We don't need everything from the people. Now, if you have a problem, and it's all over the world, you need not to go after anybody. I'm telling you what.
I don't have to. They go after their own selves.
You get an attorney. If you show you have a good case, you get a good attorney. I recommend one for you. One of the best in the Thailand. You take your attorney, and they will look at your case and see if you have a case, and they will tell you, stay out social media with your case, because people will hear what you say, and they can use it against you in court.
So you're telling me for the last 4 years that not one single one, and you have seen the emails where you have seen the trail of the lawyers who've read my story and who've decided to choose not to represent because of who it ties into. So let's see who this lawyer is that will dare decide it, because the facts are there. Everything is, you know what the problem there is? That they're testing the marijuana. They're testing things on so many levels. And right now that they've tested to the point that they failed what they put out to test. Their own module has failed. It's like our people were in a lab and their module has failed.
So if they're testing, that means they're trying to figure something out.
Well, guess what? I think 4 years is enough time for them to figure it out. And I think at the end of the day, how else are we supposed to allow them to figure it out when they're continuously they're digging a deeper pit for themselves, because it's getting worse. And the only way they're figuring it out right now is by saving themselves, which means let's see how we can fool them. And when I say them, we ain't talking about just one side, across the body. You really think, and I like to be fair, let's be honest, and we're talking about mankind. Because everybody, there are people who know it's not even a point of grievances with party. There are people that have grievances with particular people on different sides of the coin. Mm-hmm. And right now, that is where the problem is, because both sides of the coin have people who have done so much nonsense. The people right now trying to decipher, to get the balance, to seek the truth, to know, okay, do we allow him to pull a wool over our eyes anymore?
It goes back to one thing. It goes back to one thing. You are living, well, although it's not democracy real, but we're supposed to be in a democratic country, right?
Correct.
And it's one vote. Everybody has one vote. So each individual, I can try to sway people. You can try to sway people. But at the end of the day, if that person have the proper education, they can discern for themselves that what you say is true. Like, let's say you talk about marijuana. I don't know anything about this marijuana thing. But I can Google something, I can analyze something, because at the end of the day, people...
So I want to ask you a question. Do you think it is fair to release the marijuana just loosely into the country like this, when they claimed that is marijuana usage, that is why that I am the way that I am. So why y'all want to legalize marijuana and let a lot of heads like me loose in the place, which means y'all are still acting inhumane? Okay, so right now that they've realized what it is that they've done.
Let me say something to you. Marijuana I don't know the whole health crisis, whatever. But one thing I can tell you, I have never smoked a cigarette or a weed in my life.
Because it's not for everybody.
Right, but let me tell you what I can remember. And I believe it has some effect on the brain. Because that's my personal opinion. Because in my community, I know about 5 young boys who are about my age. They started smoking weed. They all lost the brain. And the people in the community saying they did them witchcraft. Marijuana affects you very bad. Not you, but I don't know you. But based on my evidence, the guys who smoke weed, all of them end up doing something crazy.
Well, guess what? I'm going to dispute this here because I can tell you this much. I have met some doctors, lawyers, surgeons, all walks of life who smoke marijuana, and you wouldn't tell. But what I'm saying is it's a balance. It's a balance. Yes, I heard what you said, which means people have to know if it's not for them. People, they have to, not everything is for everybody, you know.
Sometimes you don't know. When you go do it, it affects your brain, right?
Well, I can tell you this much. I'm still remember, I can sit there without a pen and a paper. And you put anything in front of me, and I'm going to give it to you. I don't need a pen and a paper.
You're very smart. Very educated. I can tell you right now. You speak well, you're on a license, but still as a human, you are biased to what you're going to say. Like me?
No, I'm not. Because my recommendation when I did speak with certain people, key stakeholders, was you have to find a very strategic way to balance this marijuana issue. Let's look at St. Vincent here. Look at St. Vincent here. You don't see how heinous the crimes are in St. Vincent. St. Vincent released their marijuana. Then let's look at the social component of it, which is the financial component of it. They did not make big financially like they made it look out or was expecting with the way that they went about with that marijuana, you know.
Well, they probably didn't do their studies and the research properly.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? What if you look at the core of the people, they still have a lot of sufferation, not because they put up a new airport and refurbish the airport. That is just a facade. Because putting this airport up and then you still have the people who are still not educated, still smoking the marijuana, who are so-called being affected negatively by the marijuana, and nothing is being done about it.
But listen, I will tell you something, whether you like it or not. Both, every party, every government, every politician that comes in power, their aim is to stay in power, right? So
that's basically, apparently, that's what it is.
They don't come to destroy the country. They make certain decisions. They make certain decisions. Like that may not be right, like the horse race, that may be wrong, or
it was kind of bad timing, but let's be fair. You put a kid in the candy store, fat kid loves cake. He was not guided properly, and at the same time, you know, he went based on what he knows.
That's my point. People make different decisions, and it can affect St. Vincent can go down, St. Richard can go up. But a lot of things based on education. Everything based on it. Because if you know, if like the airport, let's say the hospital. Somebody will come and say, why are they using the old building? Another person will say, why didn't they use the bigger building? But most solutions, they are lay people. They are not structural engineers. They are not. They don't know how to test the strength, the breathability, of a material. So if a set of people come in and there's a team of people, and they say, listen, we're going to analyze this hospital. We're going to check the material, how strong it is, how long it's going to last. And then they come with the results. And they present it to the Prime Minister. Whether it's Shastney, not big hospital Shastney was there. I don't think Shastney just went and built it. I'm not sure. But I would assume he had consultants to tell him that might be a bad. So Philip Jepier, he balanced it. He decided to hold the hospital. I'm not even sure if it's correct. You don't know.
Well, you see, that hospital situation, to be honest, I don't touch this topic. Reason being, both sides of the coin had the opportunity to make something happen. I was actually the executive assistant contracted under Dr. Keith Mondesi on the OKEU hospital that went up there. I saw staffing components of what was supposed to have been done in terms of the staff, which is not there. You know, the structural component of it. I've also seen our locals, and we can understand why they don't get opportunities to present themselves and their work, their craft even more, for both reasons, good and bad. I really don't know the nitty-gritties in terms of the hospital, but it's fair to say both sides of the coin faulted the people. But you have to salute those workers that they have down there, because guess what? Irrespective of the conditions, they are giving their best.
No, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying we Philip JP and Aaron Chastain. You see, most party will try to persuade the people about things, and most of the local people don't understand about construction. They don't understand the structure of the building, the material, the different components. So they will say whatever. So my point is, the only person that loves you, like it or not, is someone that educates you, so you can
Correct.
make your decision. And hence, that's why I love Philip JP every single day.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
You will know if it's fooling you.
Yeah, but guess what? So let me tell you that you love him irrespective. You say, no, what you don't care. So guess what? How are the people supposed to love him even more when he has not, and he's not acknowledging that he has not done the oath that he took? We have to be fair here. And I'm a living representation of that. And let me tell you something. I may be bold and brazen to come out and speak my story. Hold on. But there are others who do not, who choose not to for different reasons, but that doesn't mean that there are not others who are going through it. So the question here is, again, if we're going to rest and we're going to play on this education thing, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, educate the people, because I am also forming part of the people. Why is it that certain justices cannot be obtained if it has gone through every legal channel, and more so under you stating that you were going to deal with it because it is a hindrance and it's bad publicity for the party? Ring it, Mr. KKR. Thank you, Evita. That's one thing about the boss lady.
Let me say something to you.
I'm always going to applaud my brilliance.
Listen, my friend. This is what I want to tell you.
Stop it.
Again, it goes back to education. Because I'm educated enough to know what you just said to me.
There it is.
Listen, it can be true, but you have not listened to Philip JP's side.
Well, we want to hear it.
Hold on. I'm not just getting an allegation. Maybe it can be true.
What, we have a snap election coming up or something?
Why is that?
Hey, Missy, your facial expression and then woo. Damn. Plead the fifth. Plead the
Just
fifth.
because you're so pretty. You're so pretty, that's why. You're pretty. But if listen to me. What I'm saying, you have
On a serious note.
Maybe you have evidence. But I always,
And you know I do.
left side, right side, and educated people analyze it, and they come to a conclusion. Everything you say to me right now could be 100% true about Philip JP. But you have never given me any specific. You have told me a lot of before. But Philip JP has not come and say, hey, this is that, or this is this.
And you know what? They think by not doing that you see, it's all strategy, and this is their strategy. By deliberately, accidentally, unconsciously, conveniently choosing not to deal with it is also a strategy, because that is a strategy right now. By not dealing with it, considering that I've been so publicly vocal about it, it is also a way of leading the masses, because if they choose not to deal with it, it can also make the masses figure that, hey,
But
There's
you know
something
the
about her. But at the same time, you have people in the masses who can say that he's choosing not to deal with it because there's proof to what this young lady is saying. So it's going both ways.
Okay. Let's listen. So you could approve, but again, an educated person will have to do critical thinking. You cannot just agree with anything I'm saying there. An educated person has to say, why is he saying this? Does he have evidence? Everything. Listen to me. When you listen, let me give you a fair example. There's this guy, his wife used to come in the car, he used to put his wife in the back seat all the time. And the friend is sitting in the front. And everybody that he's very mean. He's putting his friend at the front. Do you know what happened? When he explained to them, the wife never wanted to put a seatbelt. And he loves his wife so much. He was concerned that something would happen to his wife. So it's always important to have both sides of the story. Very important. So what you're telling us is great information. But this is how both parties do it in Lucha. You find somebody on Facebook, oh, Philip Chapier this, Philip Chapier that, let us support him. Oh, Shaste this, Shaste Bill is cool. You have to analyze it.
And you know what? In analyzing, guess what? In the advocacy and analyzing, there's always the option of just not going to the polls. That's all. Let me tell you something. You see, they always prided themselves on thinking that people don't know. They pride themselves on this, again, education, playing on the ignorance. But they're still educating the people by playing on the people's ignorance, which means they're educating them incorrectly.
Okay,
but I get where you're coming from, and you know you have to take, I understand the diplomatic approach that you take, because it's still a strategy. Saying nothing, not saying something, saying it is still a strategy. And by them choosing not to say it is a strategy to protect the very people who created the mess for them. Now, guess what? By standing up and dealing with the people who created the mess and showing the people that you mean what you say you are is better than saying nothing at all. And let's be fair here, KR. People can be stupid like they say so much, but their mama and is no fool. There is something in there that triggers and resonates with people on different levels. And at some point, there might be this one thing that will click.
Listen to me. I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm saying even somebody will listen to you on the platform. An educated person will make their own decision. They say, this lady is right, X, Y, and Z. But my point is, you are the only one speaking about your situation. You are giving your point. Listen,
so what you want me to do? But KKKR, there are people on both sides of the coin who are versed, privy to my situation, are choosing not to speak about it, because guess what? Either way, either side of the coin, it will affect, and it will obviously show the corruption and prove it by people on both sides of the coin. And we can end on this note, because we said we were not doing this political thing. We said we were not doing the political thing.
No politics. Listen, what I'm saying to you is not about the people on the outside. I'm saying the viewers who are listening.
But you've accomplished your goal for your mission, because you poked the questions to get my response, and you've gotten it. You've diplomatically smiled, chuckled, changed it around to suit whether it is your viewers from different levels, different angles. But the fact is, your mission was accomplished. My presence here on your platform today has proven things on both sides of the coin. And we don't even have to elaborate. You know what I'm saying? I know, pat on shoulder.
You're still gonna be my friend, but anyway, what I was saying, I'm making points, you're making points, and the viewers.
No. This is me and you, and solutions. We do this in no hate. This is just constructive talk, and it's always good because it gives both of us, we're learning, and it's sharing information, and It's a way of
Right,
getting.
but it all
We
depends
cool.
on something I can tell you. You are educated, and maybe even what you're doing right now, you know how to speak, you know how to analyze things, you know how to present things. If the masses will be able to make their own kind of conclusion with those
Well,
things,
guess what? Okay, KKKR. Let's say this. Are you proposing that you would like to help the aristocrats with the advocacy in terms of educating the people on their rights even more? Because this is what the aim is.
Listen, education, no matter what, is key. So, but what I'm saying, you cannot jump from a GED to a master's. Some of the people need their GED first, then you can educate them on the Constitution, on the laws of the island.
I can't speak patois. You can speak patois. That's where the balance coming in. But that's where the balance comes in, because I have accepted. No, because I've accepted that the fact is, you see, that is one of the things. The intellectual capacity I have, honestly, I can understand some people, no matter how I try to break certain things down, cannot, because of the environment that I'm accustomed to being in. And I'm trying to get a feel of everybody, because I go into the communities and I get a lot of love. And thank you, my people, for the love. I love y'all. But if you, to get the message across, of course, somebody like you, people can understand from your perspective based on how it is, relayed to you, because I've tried. Now, the thing is that I've tried on the level that I know, which is on their level. And because they know I know their level, they can continue to fool the masses. But I'm on your station. And you are a person that who does appeal to all masses. We have to give Jack his due, and I give you that. You're good. And you're good because you were able to pull me on head today.
No. Today the reason I brought you here because I want the season to be happy. And as I said,
we're thankful.
And I will say, you can give your big up to your chastity or whoever. I will let you go.
I am a humanitarian.
One thing I will stick to. You see, Philip Jepier, whatever, everybody have individual. I have friends. They love me. They know my kind of person I am. There are people that don't know me, but probably you have a different experience with the Jepier. But all I'm saying for the sake of the country,
if somebody does good, I applaud them when they've done good. I'm not that type that will figure because it's this. No, if you've done good, we applaud that you across the board. That's the person I am. If you do good, you do good. I give you your credits where it's due. But I must say, you did good today.
Listen, my
friend. You did good today.
One thing I was telling you, I'll give you the last part, but let me close because I have to go to work. I'll call you later tomorrow. Listen, one thing I want to say, that's my opinion. Don't interject, I'll give you the last part. I don't know Philip Jepier. And I didn't even know you. But I think I'm a good judge of character.
Okay.
And I mean, some of the people that bash you, I think they are wrong because if they really think you're crazy, they should probably love you, not tell you nonsense.
They're just hating, They're hating.
That's if you really think that you're a doctor and you're smart, you don't come on Facebook and bash somebody. You come and make them feel better, help them better, okay?
Correct.
I think there may be people in Philip Jepier's cabinet that may be not willing to help people. But me, that's my opinion. Me personally, what I've seen about this man, I don't believe this man has an ounce of badness in him. Maybe he doesn't want to talk so that other people can be affected. But one thing, my greatest love, the greatest thing about Philip Jepier,
I spent Christmas without my children.
Wait, let me finish. One thing. Hey, Yon. And at the end of this, I love him because of education, the way he promotes education. Even on my rural, I keep on feeling I don't even do rural anymore.
So why is it that our St. Lucian children nowadays, if he's so promoting the education for the last how many years, why is it that they still have such a poor command of the English language? And why is it that some of the people who are interested to teach our children are basically using CUZ as cuz to type? Let me tell you, people have become to the point they write the way they speak, you know. And we're talking about the so-called educators who are in a position to guide them better, and they're not even speaking properly.
Remember, it was Shasta who couldn't speak, that was the Prime Minister.
If you remember what?
He just
Come again, I didn't hear you.
He came in 2021. Philip Japia came in 2020.
Correct.
So before that, it was Shasta. But now, Philip Japia is slowly getting the people where they want to go scholarships. You don't pay the They got scholarships. There's so many things he's doing now. So listen.
Well, guess what? In terms of, while we're dealing with the education, let's educate our people in terms of appearance as well. Because apparently being a well-kept Rasta had people obviously to indicating some of, you know, want to discredit my qualities. It's a combination of things. So let's educate them in terms of etiquette too and bring back certain things which brought that balance. Okay, but like we're saying, the education. So we need the education to know why it is that I cannot get justice in this place, number one. And my justice is not just me. There are a lot of other people who are going through similar situations. Some are going through worse than me. I live to tell my story, and I'm thankful for that, which is one of the things that I pride myself on in my way moving forward. I was able, and not many people have been lucky in this town to go through what I've gone through and tell their story. So for that alone, I'm thankful. And for that alone, I know it's a victory. So, you know, I'm going to have this, you know, it could come across as being, you know, pompous or arrogant. But guess what? If you have gone through, walk the walk that I've walked through the fire, you earn the right to tap your shoulder because I did that.
I will support you. I will support you, my friend. I will. So we will talk again. I gotta go to.
But of course, again, I want to tell St. Lucians to thank you so much for the love and the support across the board. I ain't talking about yellow, red, black, and white. Across the board, I've had people who have given me some tremendous support, who have come. Can I get to know your story? You know, who genuinely want to know, because I know it's a lot for people in the deciding factor, particularly that not many people know who I am. And I've never been that person to put myself out there like that. But I want to thank you again. And of course, Mr. KKR, thank you so much for coming on board in terms of the charity and helping to make a difference with the young lives. And it's not just about, you know, giving in the physical, but we talk about the mentoring component of it as we move forward into 2024. I want to really thank you for stepping up for me, coming on board with the charity and, you know, helping and seeing that, yes, we don't need politics to help the people. We identify the need and to let St. Lucia know they ain't firing you. Have a good one.
Yeah, we'll talk. Thank everybody. Eric, I don't know why the echo, but I'll talk to you about it. I don't know if it's the other phone, but if you can take care of yourself, my friend. Have a
blessings and thank you so much.
Educate
indeed.
And the last one, I love you.
They'll just pay me my money.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.